Hello, how are we all today? I always do this when I start my live videos, I realized the other day. So I'm going to continue to do it, just wave. I've decided it gets people's attention when they're scrolling randomly through Facebook because it gets my attention when people do it. So yeah, I was doing it naturally and I'm going to keep doing it. How are we all today? Hey Sam, how are you? So good topic today, and I'd love to tell you guys how I came up with that topic. So as usual, in front of me right here I have my personal page, Michelle Ann Saunderson, and over here my business page, Michelle Ann Soul Healer. So if you guys are watching from my business page or my Soul Junkies Connect group, feel free to jump over to my personal page. You probably get a better view and I'll be able to comment. If you're on my Soul Junkies page, I can't see all the comments popping up. So maybe add me as a friend on Facebook and head over there. It should all be public anyway and I can reply to you. Hey Sam, hello, I already said that, sorry. Hello Susan. So we've got a few people jumping on and I wanted to talk today about a topic that's quite dear to my heart, if you haven't noticed. And the reason I'm talking about this is because I did a podcast this morning with Emily Shine from down the coast, my spiritual mentor, coach, kinesiologist and friend. And we did a podcast, I think it went for nearly an hour and a half. It was like literally just spiritual talk. It was amazing. We talked about all sorts of things. People sent questions in for us and we got to answer them, and it was just like sitting around with your girlfriend having a good chat. So if you're interested in Emily's podcast, they're really amazing. So they're called Unearthed Podcast, and her, I think most of you know her, but her business name's Emily Shine. And one of the questions that got asked was this question that I'm talking about today, and it is, what is a circle and what's circle work and why do we do it? And I thought it was a really good question, and I also thought it was perfect timing for me to tell you about this because I'm having 2 events this weekend and they both are going to involve circle work. So if you're super new to all this stuff and you don't even know what circle work is, then that's completely fine, because a couple of years ago I didn't even know myself. I had heard the term, I didn't really understand it. I thought obviously people sit in a circle, so what? Yippee, what's the excitement in that? But there's way more to it, and it's powerful stuff, powerful. So what is circle work? Well, let's start off with the word circle. So as you all know, circle is a round thing. We're going back to preschool here. There is no end, it is connected. So the whole point of sitting in circle is that we are connected. There is no one better, higher, lower, the leader, whatever. No, we are all in circle. So there's no point, there's no person that's on a pedestal, we're all equal basically. And the other thing about a circle is it's continual. So it's a very strong symbol when it comes to spirituality and universe and things like that, because a circle doesn't ever stop, it keeps going and going and going. Same with the infinity symbol, it never stops. Round and round and round and round and round and round and round. So it's a very powerful geometric symbol, and it has a whole other science behind it, which I won't go into today because we've only got 30 minutes, but there is a reason why we sit in the formation of a circle. So when I use the word circle work, basically what I'm referring to is usually an event. Sometimes it's informal, sometimes it's formal, but usually an event which involves usually women, but we're now inviting men in as well. So there's a lot of women's circles out there, which I absolutely love, because women can be extremely raw and vulnerable when they're with each other. But there's a whole nother dynamic when you invite the men in, and I've been to a few circles that have men, and you get a whole nother dimension, element added to it when you invite the men in. So I'm not going to limit my circles to just women. That's the most comfortable thing for me at the moment, because I am a woman, I know how women think, and I know how to react with women. So you'll probably see me advertising these things, and look, yes, they probably come across as women's circles, but they're actually open to men and women. So if you're a man out there listening to this and you're interested in this type of work and you would like to come along, feel free. It's not too crazy hippie, and we don't expect you to do silly crazy things. Hello Emily, and Emily May, that one is. But it's really good, especially if you can bring a friend. Like, we want men to get involved in this as much as women. There are actually a lot of men's groups out there that do circle work for men as well. So if you're not comfortable coming into the majority of people here being a woman and you would like to join a man's group, there's a group out there called Man's Movement. Oh, look, I should know the names of them and I don't, clearly. There's a few. I can get you the names. If you're interested and you're a man and you want to know about the men's groups, please let me know. My sister runs one out at Carolee, and I know a couple of the facilitators, and it's blokey. It's not what you would think women would do. They're blokes. They're tradies. They're men. They're labourers. Mark's a delivery driver. Like, they're not blokes that are really spiritual, like hippie sort of feeling. So don't be scared off. But yeah, my circles at the moment have just been women. And I'm running one tonight in my new beautiful space behind me. Sorry if you're on this one, you can't actually see my space. Jump over to my personal page if you want to see what's going on behind me over here. Michelle Ann Saunderson. Yeah, so basically what happens is a group of people, I'll say people, get together and they come into a place and they sit in circle formation. So usually you will be sitting on the ground because we want to ground ourselves, and it doesn't give, again, any hierarchy. We want everyone to be on the same playing field. Usually there'll be cushions and mats. It'll be very pretty, especially if it's a women's circle. Usually dim lights, candles, fairy lights, just really soft and gentle. And you'll come and sit in circle. Hello, Kerry. And the whole sort of point of circle is for people to be able to be heard, able to be vulnerable, able to be seen without judgment, without criticism, and just feel part of something bigger. It's so important. There's so many people out there feeling lost and disconnected. So what circle work does is it brings people back together. There's so much technology out there. There's social media. There's, Instagram, Facebook, like all the different social medias. TikTok. Apparently there's a TikTok. I don't even really know what TikTok is, but it's got something to do with dancing. And so much phone, always on our phone, we're always on our computers. How often do you actually get time to connect physically, one-on-one with someone in human form, in a way that you can actually speak to people? Hello, Buffy, you should come. You're from Forest Lake. So yeah, I'm running one of these tonight at Forest Lake at 6:30. All welcome. Spaces are limited because my space is not huge, but I'm just going to get as many people in here as I can. And the cost for tonight's $25, which will cover, I'm serving up some hot cacao. I'm not putting on dinner or anything, but I'll say might, it depends how organized I get. Hopefully be a little, a nibbly plate, obviously the space, and I'll facilitate the circle for you. And if you would like to come, you don't really even have to book, just come along and you can pay cash or FPOS tonight if you do decide you want to come. So yeah, it's a place for people to feel seen and heard. And the beauty with Circle is it's not really about giving advice. It's not about coaching, although sometimes if someone's having a really hard time with something, myself as a facilitator will be able to help guide them to do some like sort of personal growth, but I don't feel Circle's about that. It's more about facilitator and the people in the circle actually listening, because people are not listened to in this day and age. People are speaking and the person that's looking at them is thinking, and I do this as well, no one's immune to it, what their question is, what their experience is, what advice they can give to the person. They're not actually listening. But in Circle we sit and you have a thing called a talking stick, which I have not even organised. It can be anything. It doesn't really matter. Something that's passed around that is the talking stick. For example, let's say it's my feather. It probably will be tonight because I haven't got anything else. This will be the talking stick. So when someone's holding the talking stick, it is everyone in the circle is basically have to listen. It's that person's time to talk and allow their stuff to come out. And the beauty with Circle is we get really vulnerable really quickly. As we're all walking around with these masks on, pretending to be someone or something we're not actually. Even if most of our masks are off, including my own, sometimes there's still little masks up that you're pretending to be something that you're not. So in Circle, what we try to get people to do, well not try, what we get people to do is to remove the masks and be comfortable just being themselves. So that is a huge healing process in itself, because most people have never been in a situation where they can actually just talk and actually be heard and seen for who they are. And the other thing I love about Circle is that everyone there realises that everybody else is in the exact same situation as them. Even though the women that you look at and you think they got their shit together, in circle work, it all comes out. None of us have got our shit together, just so you know. I promise you, none of us got our shit together. And it's so beautiful to see the walls come down and the masks come off. The tears might be flowing. That's okay. I got tissues. Oh, I don't have many. You don't have to cry. It's not that scary. But if you're feeling that you need to cry, you need to release, it's a really lovely space to be able to do that and have the support of other people around you. So put your hand up if this sounds really cool to you, because it sounded really cool to me, and now I've done heaps of these circles. I'm literally addicted. That's why I keep going to retreats, because retreats are like one big circle, pretty much. From the minute you walk in to the minute you leave a retreat, that's exactly everything I explained to you that happens in Circle happens on a retreat. You become closer to women that you've met for 2 days than some women that you know your whole lifetime. I've seen it time and time again. They come in absolute strangers and they walk out of our retreats finishing each other's sentences. Like, it's amazing. I've got a beautiful testimonial from my sisters and mine first ever retreat that we ran, and these 2 women were babbling, blah, 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 blah. They're finishing each other's sentences, they're laughing and they're hugging, and one's crying and the other one's hugging. They had not met 48 hours before that conversation. Ooh, goosebumps. So amazing. So if you ever get a chance to get yourself onto a retreat, give yourself a big hell yes. We're actually running one in March, which is like, oh shit, that's like this month. That's like in 2 weeks. So my sister and I are running one. We're calling it a 2-day immersion. There's the option to stay over in the Bell tents, which is the VIP option. But there is another option to just come for the 2 full days. They're full days. It's basically a retreat without staying over. But the special VIPs get to stay over in the beautiful Bell tents. 21st and 22nd of March, if I've got my dates right. If you're keen to come along to that, please touch base with me, because we had a few people cancel recently due to the fires. They had a few people coming up from down south and they've had to cancel. So we do have a few spots available. So definitely message me. Payment plans available. If it's not something you can throw all your money at right this second, you can pay it off even after the retreats happen. So full of self-development, connection. Like I said, it's like one big circle. So circle work is been around forever. Like, since basically we, as humans, see, you got to listen, I'm holding my stick. You must listen to me. It's easy when you're doing a live and nobody can talk to you. Hey, Adrienne. Adrienne, the most fabulous printer in the world. If you ever need a good printer, people, and you're out, or even if you're not out at Ipswich, Brisbane Valley Printing, Adrienne Maloney is one of our groups, our friends, and she's printed all my gift vouchers. She's printed our Pixie card decks. She's amazing. So beautiful. So yes, we love to support our local people. So where did I get talking stick? Get completely sidetracked. Oh my God. Oh yes, circles have been around for a long time. So ever since actually humans have been standing up and walking, we have been connected with each other in circle. Adrienne saying, oh, stop it. You are amazing, Adrienne. And the biggest heart, like, so beautiful. Oh, I'm gonna get sidetracked, but I'm gonna tell them this little story. I had a heap of gift vouchers that I was printing out for a big event on Sunday the other day, and I had them just all, there was like 100 of them. So I was being a bit scabby, sorry, Adrienne, and I thought, oh, I don't want to pay like to get these printed, and Adrienne does amazing prices. I don't want to pay to get these printed on beautiful cardboard to have them go into sample bags, and you know what happens to sample bags, they pick it up and they throw it in the bin. So I was being scabby and printed them out on normal paper, but I was looking for a guillotine, and my friend took them to Adrienne and she nearly had a fit, and I get this beautiful message from her. There's a gift at your front door, and this ream of like really good quality paper has arrived, just sitting at my front door. You can always print your own stuff, but please, from the bottom of my heart, don't use shit paper, because you're worth more than that. And I was like, oh my God, that's the most beautiful thing. She goes, we're worth more than that shit paper. Please, if you're going to do your own printing, print it on that stuff I've just given you. So that's the heart that that lady has. Anyway. Yes, as soon as we've been walking, we've been sitting in circle, usually around a fire, which makes sense. So fire is lit, people are sitting around in circle and they're talking. So they're talking about traditions, they're talking about ancient cultures, they're talking about family histories, they're talking about spirituality, depending on their culture. So it makes sense that it's evolved over time, and now that it went through a stage there, obviously, as you would probably know, that as women started to get together, and I can't remember, I don't know my history very well, but as soon as women started to get together in these circles, we were started to be called witches. So I'm sorry, but if I was living in back then, I'd be bloody burnt at the stake, because I'm a full-blown witch as I'm hanging onto my bird wing. Yes, so witches were burnt at the stake, so it was very much frowned upon. So Diane, you just missed me telling you about how good our retreat's going to be in the whatever date that I keep forgetting. You should put the dates up, put the details up. Witches were burnt at the stake. So circles, I think, were really big and then maybe waned off a little bit over time, and they've just picked up now, and it's becoming a really big thing. So there is a beautiful organization called the Millionth Circle. Just remember too, if you're on my Soul Junkies page and you're watching the watch party, I can't actually see your comments. So if you're commenting and I'm not replying to you, that is why. If you want me to reply to your comments, jump over to my business page over here, Michelle Ann Soul Healer, or jump onto my personal page. So apologies. Have I missed any other comments before I go on? Hello, everybody's, Claire, my beautiful, I met Claire at a retreat. Again, love that lady, and I don't hardly know her. Terry, hello, Hannah's coming tonight. Michelle Pollitt, you'll be there. Buffy, she's coming because I just told her she had to. Jen's coming to my meetup. Oh, I love my little followers, I love this. Adrienne, Tessa, Pauline, hello Pauline, Diane. Oh my goodness, we've got a lot of people. That's awesome. So, I get sidetracked so quickly. Yeah, the Millionth Circle is an organization that has been created to basically encourage women or men to run circles. And the reason we're doing this, the ultimate big picture reason is that we are trying to basically raise or shift the planetary consciousness. Because every time women get together and do this type of work, they lift their vibration. They walk out of here feeling more whole. They have more heart. They have more connection. They have more positivity about them. They have more clarity. They have more vision. They have more of everything. And they walk out into this world and they start to shine that on other people. And then those people lift their consciousness. And then those people. And it's just this amazing knock-on effect. So that's the main reason I'm running these circles, is to lift the consciousness and lift the planetary consciousness as a whole by doing this. So this organization, apparently there's a book out there which I haven't read, but my friend Emily Shine told me about this book. And there's studies done, and this is really interesting, about this island of, I'm not a details person, somewhere, Japan it was, an island off Japan, and there was monkeys living on this island. And what was happening was they were eating their sweet potatoes, and what we humans, I'm going to put my talking stick down, but you still need to listen. What humans did was teach the monkeys that if they wash their sweet potato in the salt water, it would wash the dirt off, give it a little bit of a salty flavor, and taste a lot better. So they showed one monkey this. This monkey, because monkeys are smart, then showed the other monkeys on that island. And then all of a sudden, over time, the whole island of monkeys was washing their potatoes. How cool is that? So clever. But here's the clincher. There was another island that was like not anywhere near this island. It wasn't in view. It wasn't physically connected. The monkeys couldn't get from one island to the other island. And the amazing thing that happened was monkeys on the other island started to wash their sweet potatoes as well. Like, wow. So that's showing that we have done something like energetically. The monkeys with the sweet potatoes have energetically changed their consciousness, which has affected the other island of monkeys that aren't even physically near the first island. So cool stuff. So that's how changing planetary consciousness works. So well, we've talked about what is a circle. We've talked about pretty much why we do it and where you can get access to a circle. Do we have any questions? This isn't going to be probably a full half an hour because there's not too much more to say. If anyone's got any questions, again, if you're on my Soul Junkies Facebook group, You can post them and I'll answer later. If you're watching this later, please put your hashtag replay and I'll answer it then. If there's no other questions, I will just quickly run through what's going on tonight for those that missed it at the start. So tonight I'm running a circle right here behind me. 6:30 we'll be serving cacao, and I've got a secret ingredient which I'm super excited to share with you. It makes the cacao taste even better. I don't know how that's possible than it was before. Who would like me to tell you the secret ingredient? Hello. Hello, Kylie, another one of my favorite. Have I got the right Kylie there? A retreat person. I've met so many people on retreats. Honestly, I love retreats. I'm seriously addicted. You just meet people and you get so connected so quickly. Come on, come on, give me a question. The cacao. So the secret ingredient in my cacao, yay, someone said yes, is maca powder. Don't ask me too much about maca powder because I don't know. It's from Peru and it's like a superfood. And you put the maca powder in with the cinnamon in the cacao. Hey, look at my muscles. I'm getting really muscly, by the way. Can you see that? Who can see my muscles? I've been working out, baby. Can you see? Look. I've been doing weights every single day. I'm feeling fantastic. Yes. No more questions? So 6:30 tonight is the circle here. If you can't make that one, it's $25 unless you are part of my Soul School. And if you're part of my Soul School, you would get a VIP free ticket. So Soul School is another thing I'm running. It's a 4-week online program. It has just started, so if anyone still wants to join, there is a chance to jump in, and I'm doing a Bring a Friend special. You get $100 off. So if you're interested in Soul School, let me know, and then you get free tickets to what I'm doing. So 6:30, you can just turn up. Just let me know for numbers. And then on the weekend, because I've got nothing else to do because I'm not busy at all, is I'm running my meetup, which is a bigger version of the circle. So we'll have, I have no idea about numbers right now, but usually we have about between 30 to 50, let's say 40 people that come along. It's at the Simple Bliss Cafe here at Forest Lake, and tickets are $10 for that one. That's a bargain. And meetups are usually free, but basically it's to cover the cost of we've got a grazing platter, we've got live music, cacao, and a guest healer coming in to do a group sound healing by the lake. It's going to be fantastic. Yay, Buffy's coming. I miss you, Buffy. Oh. Okay, this is how excited I get about my little peeps. Yay for Buffy coming along. All right, that's awesome. Okay, I am going to love you and leave you if you've got no other questions. I bet you didn't expect that reaction, Buffy. And oh God, there might be hugs, Buffy. Buffy doesn't like hugs. She loves mine. Anyway, I'm going to go. Thank you for listening. I've got to go clean my house and go and get some more almond milk for tonight's circle. Love you guys, and I'll see you next Friday for another topic. As per usual, if you have a topic you'd like me to talk about, just personally message me. And yeah, see you then, guys. Bye.